Alright, Solo, come on. Alright, so I think I'm live. I think my stream is running. Go potty, dog. You were asking to go potty, go potty. So, good morning, everybody. It is coffee time, and it may not actually be morning, but it's morning to me. The hardship of being unemployed. I woke up extremely late. Oh no. So the plan for today is to go out and find some better mining locations. I've got some nice deposits that are close to the base, but I don't want to tear up the landscape around the base. So I want to find some deposits that are away from the base and mark those on my GPS markers. Before I can do that, I need to add some more battery life to the blue swoosh there on the screen. Because, yeah, it needs more battery life. It also needs more capacitor. The thing is, when I'm trying to go around and 2 or 3 of the thruster groups fire at the same time, it maxes out my power consumption. So I'm going to add some small batteries right behind that swoosh there. They'll all be hidden from view.
You are.
I am live. I assume that was you saying that I am live in response to the stream?
Yeah.
You're watching on YouTube. YouTube has a bit of a delay, more of a delay than Twitch. It's actually funny because Twitch has a higher quality looking stream, but YouTube is far more stable. Hey, Zoxter. Well, I thought my dog needed to go to the bathroom, but apparently he just wants to lay on the concrete and pant. So, it's going to be a very wonderful day. Where I'm at, we've got blue skies, it's kind of warm, and the birds are chirping. What could be better? Hey, Jamie. So I'm not sure who told me this, but they said that they wouldn't modify the thrusters on the blue swoosh. They said they'd add more batteries to it. And I think they're right. But I also think I'm going to reduce the amount of thrusters on it. But I'm not going to grind them out. I'm going to set them in a separate group so that I can turn them on if I need them. And I'm also going to add more batteries. So I think that is the way to go. Ah. So are we just gonna lay out here, dog? Is that the plan for you? Just lay out here, make sure I can't go inside? Is that your whole plan? He doesn't even care what I'm saying.
Of course not. He's got exactly what he wants. You're outside, him in the sun.
Yeah, he's got exactly what he wants. And the other voice you're hearing, that's Efrit. I'm not making a wheeled mining vehicle. The mining vehicle will be
I
the
like
next episode. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what was that, Everett?
I just saying hello, chat.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna mute one of these.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Wheeled mining vehicles are dangerous, Jamie, in my opinion. But I'm sure Jago will expound further.
I was actually going to expand further on that in the next video. My personal opinion is that forward-facing mining vehicles are the superior option when you're in space. And forward-facing flying mining vehicles are the superior option when you're in space. Wheeled mining vehicles are on the bottom tier. If you have no other option, that is the option to go with. But the best option on any planet is a vertical miner. And that's what I was going to build on my next video. I'm also going to cover the various different options for miners and mining machines and why I'm choosing the one I'm choosing. Oh, you finally decided it's hot out and you want to go inside? Well, come on. Come up the stairs. I know it's hard because you're hot. But you wanted to lay in the sun. It's all your fault. Go on. Yeah, it's hard when you're tired and want to take a nap, isn't it? Yes, go straight to your food bowl even though you already ate. Alright, back at my computer. Finally. Change it to the right mic, turn off the soon, and we are live. So, my plan for today is really simple. Can't tear out the ones that are holding up the lights. I'll tear those out next. But I'm going to tear these ones out and I'm going to put batteries in there. I want to increase the battery life of the ship without redoing it. There we go. Thank you, James. I hope the videos have helped you or entertained you. Potentially even both. Starting to get nighttime. The world is not being friendly to me today. Almost done making the batteries. Is there a way to salvage that so it'll stay? Oh, I'm glad to see you coming back. I think it's worth the time and effort put into the game, obviously. Um, and I'm glad you chose my channel to watch. All right, that'll work. Just trying to add as many batteries to this as I can without changing the aesthetics of it. Which it's not really all that beautiful of a build, but it's what I've got. All right, let's add those blocks back in. Find the one I'm looking for. And I'm going to have to get underneath to get that one out and put a battery behind that. So I'm probably just going to leave that one for now. This should be enough battery. You mean non-planet? Depends on what you're fighting against, Jamie. And James, it's been a while since you played last. But yeah, Jamie, I would say that the heavy fighter with heavy armor or light armor, it depends on where you're going. The light armor on a small grid ship is kind of a joke. So even if you make a light armor fighter, you're going to want the nose to be heavy armor. The heavy armor fighters, they're sluggish. You're going to have to put a lot of firepower on them because you're not going to be able to move much. But the heavy fighters generally will survive longer. So I would say you probably want to go with a combo. You want the light armor for most of the ship. You want heavy armor in front where you're going to be getting shot the most. And you want as much firepower as you can pack into it. Also, if you can manage it, make it hydrogen powered because you want the extra acceleration, the extra boost that hydrogen provides in most cases.
Right, well, good luck with the build. I'm going to duck out and have dinner. I might be back later.
Alright, you have a good one, Efrit. So, I apologize I have a bit of a sniffle going on, so just taking a second to take care of that. Just didn't figure y'all wanted to hear me blowing my nose and coughing. Alright, I think that's going to be good. Go ahead and we'll hit 9 and we'll go in and change our groups around a bit. BS bats. We want all of these added to the BS bats. Save. And we want all of those to be auto. Okay. Show block in terminal, show block in toolbar config. Good. Alright, and I have to do this. Thrusters. Show on HUD. Oh, I gotta turn the antenna on. Okay, so atmospheric thruster 8, we want that one shut off. Or off the group. And 9 and 18. Oh. It's a different 9. That's not right. Maybe that was 19? Okay, I must have been seeing... Yeah, I was seeing the wrong one. 11 and 18. Okay. And... I can't make out... 11? Yeah, that's 11. Both the 11's off the group. Okay. Okay. And I was going to change my upward thrust, but I'm not going to do that. $18 and 8. Right? Yes. Extra boost. Save. That is the wrong name. That is BS thrust extra boost. Get rid of this one. Alright. Now we've got those saved, and this should leave most of them off when I do this. Yes. That will substantially improve my battery life. Okay, this says we have 10 days just sitting here. Let's turn everything on and unlock. So, what I want to do, I want to install the sleep mod, for one, because I want to sleep through this crap. But, I actually want to I need to set a GPS here. I want to find some resources that are not on my lake because I don't like the idea of tearing up this lake. I really like the way this lake looks. Man, visibility is crap right now. Not a good time to be flying around. But that's literally the only thing I have planned for today is flying around. So I'm hoping to find some resources that are not next to my base and strip mine those in the future. Nickel usually means there's another deposit here. Unless it's a rock. Not a rock. Alright, so we'll come down and... Actually, I don't think I like that location either, because it's going to be just up the mountain from me. It's still going to be in the view. I just hit a lag spike. Major lag spike. Man. Close my web browser. I don't need that open. I am 100 meters above ground. There we go. I have to be relatively close to the ground flying a small grid ship, unfortunately. I'm actually heading towards the sunset. I'm going the wrong way. Should actually be going the other direction. Be heading towards the sunrise so that I can actually see. Head out towards that cobalt deposit. That'll be a good spot. Seems to have solved my battery issues though by adding those extra batteries and shutting off the excess thrusters. Seems to have taken care of most of my problems. Now that we're out of the rain, I can actually get closer to the ground. Head off this way. Be a whole lot easier in the daylight. Be nice if I could just find another lake. So, never do what I'm doing right now. You don't fly at night. Um, I mean, unless you like blowing up your ship, smashing it into a mountain, it's a bad idea. An interesting hole. Huh. Would have seen one by now. The small grid ore detector is kind of a joke. Iron. That's good. Now that we have an iron deposit, we can actually start there. Iron and nickel. Might also mean cobalt. Just going to, let's see, strip mine. I know it was here somewhere. Not going to fret over getting exact. Actually, I'm going to come in and I'm going to change that name. Iron nickel. Nickel's up this direction, so let's see if there's anything else around here. Cobalt. That's what I was hoping to find. Alright, I'm happy with that. Usually mines around each other. If I had the HUD compass on, I could probably fly right to the next strip mine because they kind of make a grid-shaped polka dot on the ore map. You look at them in the planet definition files. Very predictable pattern. Too high off the ground too. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for daylight because this is not really a nighttime mission. If it was daylight, I could just fly up, look for an ore deposit, and fly down to it and see what's there. Another good trick for helping you find them is actually just to turn your graphics down. You turn the grass off, it's a whole lot easier to see the markings for ore. Not seeing anything. Might not be far enough away yet. What are you all up to today? You can tell that I am up to coffee, more coffee, and flying around in SE. That is the extent of my plans today. Well, for now. Later, my plan is to start work on a new video, um, which will involve me being in SE more, because it's going to be working on the drill rig, because we need something to strip mine these locations I'm finding. Well, the one I've found so far. I am 14 kilometers from home. I have gone too far. I should have found something by now. Really like to find some silver and gold that's not on my lake. I am sure that I'm too high. Uh, the problem is trying to miss the trees and also get down far enough to actually see something. Because you almost need to be on the ground. I think I'm going to do something silly. I'm going to go back to the base and I'm going to add wheels to this so that I can get down on the ground in some of these flat areas and drive around. Because the small grid ore detector does not work all that great. Ooh, a lag there. Probably be closer to the ground while I'm flying back so I can do double duty and actually search for things while I'm flying back to the home base. Aside from that, that will also bring me closer to that will bring me closer to daylight too, which means I'll be able to be out scouting when I can see where the ore deposits are at. You know, I thought about it, Zoxter. The problem I'm having with using a big ore detector is I'm pretty sure that would sap my battery life
almost instantly. But, I mean, what have we got to lose? Oh, the cobalt and iron, and that's closer to the base. There we go. Best part is it's out of view of the base, which is what I don't want to do. I don't want to screw up my view. I have a very nice view where I'm at. And I know that sounds like a stupid thing to worry about when you've been playing this game for a while, but it matters to me. I like to be able to walk out my base and picture myself drinking a cup of coffee on my front porch and enjoying it. I'd be lying if the view was the primary reason, if I said the view was the primary reason I chose this spot. The primary reason I chose this spot was because it was the first body of water I found after landing. I want to be a little above it because I need some space to add the wheels. How do I want to add wheels to this? Ice is required. Finding ice, in my opinion, is more important than finding iron. Or gold or silver. Any of that. It just, you need it to be able to find everything else. You need it to be able to work on things. Yeah, if you want to be able to function, you need ice. Alright. Can I just place them right there? Because I don't want to make it too much wider. And I want the vanilla wheels. Okay, right and left. Okay, these are the right. Go to the left. That works. That works. Why didn't it add wheels? I don't have anything in the way. It's going to count the lights as being in the way, isn't it? Alright. We'll add another block in there. Yay. I don't know. Could be worse, I guess. Yeah, that'll work. It's ugly, but it'll work. Of course, the whole thing's ugly, so who knows? Maybe the wheels will actually do improvements to it. Okay. Not looking too bad. Okay. Must be actually just missing those. Okay, that'll work. How far off am I? Pretty far off. Hook it up. Okay, let's let the batteries charge a little bit because I've already been out flying. Oh, and let's shut off the show on HUD. I don't need to see that all the time. There we go. That's better. So I just realized this morning that I passed that 250 subscriber mark. So thank you to everybody. I really appreciate it. I'm happy that I'm bringing you either help or entertainment, whichever the case may be. All right, so let's see. I need a large core detector, which I don't want it to be part of the base, so I need to place it this way. Well, place it right. Well, let's place it on the floor up here. I have a connector, so my plan is just to put a connector on that side of it, or probably the end of it facing that way, and call that good enough. Did I add? No, I didn't. Waiting for it to say all components have been withdrawn. Right. And I don't have any more steel plates on me. I think it'll be too much weight, Zoxter. That's why I'm doing it this way. I want to avoid adding too much weight to it at the moment. As it stands, I'm not sure that this is going to work because I have thrusters on either side of that connector. I may be burning up this ore detector while I'm flying. Shoot, this might even be too much weight. I don't know. We'll find out. If it is, then we'll reassess. If nothing else, this will make the flight interesting. Check on the batteries. It is fully recharged in 5 minutes. And we want this one to be, should be set to recharge, but it should be still in terminal. Alright, everything's charging. It shouldn't take too long, pardon me, sorry about that. And honestly, it looks better with the wheels on it. I hate to say it, but putting those stupid janky wheels sticking out the side makes this look better. Oh, man. Get down here. I want to look underneath. Yeah. Those are on the 5th blocks. So these blocks are 5 small grid blocks wide. And the small grid connector is 3 blocks wide. I'm hoping that by placing the connector this way, I'll be okay. But I don't know. I'm really afraid that those front thrusters are just going to be burning this up. I guess the actual option to save that is I do believe these small grid small thrusters don't go a full block. No, I don't need to add battery to it for the connector to work. They changed that. The connectors will work without batteries now. So I can actually park that ship on this with no power and connect to this. At least I think that was one of the changes I saw that they did. Anyways, I'm hoping that, I think the small grid small thrusters only project 3 small grid blocks, 3 or 4 small grid blocks, so I'm hoping that the thrust damage will stop at this length. And I'm hoping that it'll be narrow enough that the connector won't get damaged from the thrusters. This is all hopes. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll unlock. We will turn on the gyro and the thrusters and see. Okay, now I can connect to that. And now that ore detector is powered. You no longer need to build a battery on your connector rigs. Alright, 75 meters. Take it up. Says I have 52 minutes. Can I fly with it? I can. Alright, 150 meter range now. Much better. Now we're going to head off to the east. Pretty sure that, yeah, the sun rises in this direction, so... Does it? Now I can't remember. Alright, we're going this way anyways. That is the most jank rig. "28 minutes. Why am I not redlining the batteries now? I would think that that ore detector would be using up all my battery. Okay, so we got iron here. Iron and gold. Ooh, ouch. It's closer to the ground than I thought. Okay, I'm going to mark this spot. Okay. Usually that means there's silver around because you don't find gold and silver separate from each other very often. Unless the gold is a boulder, but that was deep underground, so... That's probably a boulder. I don't know, it might be part of the iron deposit. No, that's definitely a boulder. I'm not marking that. Did I? Yeah, I forgot to turn the lights on. Not that they're going to help me too much here. Alright, I've noticed that in this world it rains before daybreak and before dusk. Okay, so that's iron, cobalt, and gold in that deposit? That's strange. Don't normally run into that. A boulder too? Nope, that's going to be silicon and nickel. Alright. Silicon, nickel, and magnesium. Alright, so I've got iron, cobalt, gold, silicon, nickel, and magnesium. I just need silver now. And I'll have everything I need. Actually, on the ground, on the ground. Level enough. Let's see. 6. Yes, we're just going to sit here. All right. I'm going to sit here and wait for a minute. And hopefully the sun will come up.
So it's a little bit easier to fly because I feel like I'm getting into the danger zone flying around right now. So, yeah, if I added a small grid battery or a large grid battery to that rig underneath, it would probably triple the weight. Batteries are extremely heavy and hard to lift. Now, the mining ship I have in mind, when empty, would have no issue carrying that around and flying wherever I wanted to because it's going to have 3 small grid large thrusters on it. It's going to be a relatively small vertical miner, but it should work. And I'll be honest, I didn't realize it. I've been playing with build info on for so long. Build info is a mod. I've been playing with that for so long. I thought it was part of the base game that you could actually see your drill's inventory on your toolbar down there. Yeah, I didn't realize it was not part of the base game. So I'm going to also add a set of event controllers and lights to indicate when my inventory is full, because once your inventory is full, you're just wasting ore if you continue digging with a vertical drill. I'll have it signal me when my inventory is probably, I don't know, 80% full. That way I won't be overdoing it and wasting stuff. Especially when you get to the more important resources like silver and gold, which are hard to actually mine up because they're in such thin veins. Definitely don't want to waste those. I don't mind wasting stone. To a lesser degree, I don't mind wasting ice because it's so plentiful. Don't really mind wasting anything else other than gold and silver. And, well, if we were on the moon, platinum and uranium, those I wouldn't want to waste either. But the base elements, no problem. Waste those all day long, it'll be fine. But if it's going to be simple and easy to add a system on there that will let me know when my inventory is full, won't require programming, then I should add it. Especially if I'm going to be showing it to people and trying to explain to them how to play the game and be successful at it. I think my bird feeder's actually almost empty. I'm going to have to fill that when we're done streaming. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking that I probably will, in time, create some more attachments for the bottom of the ship. Because I'm thinking that I want to use a large grid drill and drill a deep hole just because I can and just to show that it's possible. And I also want to be able to use it for moving stuff around on the base, because it's just easier to pick things up and move them than it is to push them around and move them, or tear them down and rebuild them. I don't know. We'll see. And I don't remember who it was who suggested adding more batteries to this little ship, but I really thank them for that, because that is definitely the better choice. Oh, there's a baby rabbit in my backyard. He's munching under the bird feeder. I'm just glad we don't have skunks around here. I get all the pretty animals, I don't get the skunks and the woodchucks and muskrats. I haven't seen possums in a while either. I don't mind possums, but they're kind of smelly. We had a bunch of them when I moved in. Actually had one of them just pass away right on my front porch. It's not really all that hard to get rid of the stone in vertical mining. You can set up a couple of sorters and put them onto the small connector and just shoot them out. So you wind up shooting the stone out the side. And yeah, it's a waste, but it's a waste I'm willing to make. You wind up picking it back up with the drills when you're throwing it out, but over time the stone goes away and it gets replaced by the actual ore you're trying to get. It's just whether or not you have enough sorters and ejectors running to outpace the drills that are running. And the answer to that is normally no. So you have to go slow with your mining. Well, slow-ish. But even then, I mean, you can always just save the stone, process it, and get more resources out of it, and then you don't have to strip mine the silicon, nickel, and iron, because you get all the silicon, nickel, and iron you need from the stone. So I might take a few loads of stone back and just do that. I'm really limiting myself on this playthrough, trying to make it noob friendly, because I could build a really fancy drill rig and have it process everything for me and nothing goes to waste and all that good stuff. And then a drone that goes between that drill rig and my base and just brings nothing but processed ores back to me. But that's going to be way too daunting a task for a beginner player. I'd rather people just learn how to play with this. No mods at all. That's right. I am not sure what mods people have available to them, and mods are really a personal choice. I would rather new players learn the base game, get to know the base game, figure out what mods they actually think will add to their experience the way they want their experience added to, and then customize the game for them. Because it's a lot more fun that way, in my opinion. Some people like the eat, drink, sleep, repeat mod and the style of gameplay that comes with it. Some people like the massive drills because I hate to drill. Me personally, I like the auto drills that just drill up the ground for you and can process it all.
And other people hate actually building and welding. So they get Bob installed, which can be a good choice. Not gonna lie, it really can be. But it's not for everybody. My thrusters are off. Hey, light's coming. That's east, so probably should head off this direction. Yeah, if it was more daylight, I'd be able to see the markings on the ground. Should be some markings visible around me, but I can't make them out. And I've only got about 10 minutes of flight time before I gotta head back and recharge. Nickel, cobalt, iron. Probably mark this one, but I'm not going to. Going to have to start my next episode explaining why I have this large grid ore detector and how it works and why it works. Because most people don't actually watch the live streams. This was an episode, you would never see me flying around in the dark either. Trying to spot oily patches. Not finding any. Getting too close to the ground. Alright, I really think I need to wait until I can see the oily patches. Because flying around, even with this extended ore detector, I'm going to waste all of my fuel, or all of my energy flying, and have nothing to show for it. Which is kind of a problem. Why are my lights still on? Or is that my... That's my suit light, isn't it? Sun looked like it was coming up. Or was I seeing things? Just not close enough to sunrise yet. Yeah, I've traveled way too far. I should have found something. I must just be missing it. Hmm. Nickel. Not what I'm looking for. I have iron next. Oh, it's magnesium. Okay, so I've got, let's see, silicon, nickel, magnesium over there. Iron, cobalt, gold. Really just need silver. And honestly, for the amount of silver that you need, I'd be happy with running across a silver boulder. You don't need much silver. You need gold far more than you need silver. Thought I was going to hit that tree. Let's head over this way a bit. Cobalt. Silver. We have silver. Now there should be another resource here, but I don't see it yet. All right. Silver and cobalt. All right. Look at our menu here. GPS markers. Of the strip mine ones, we have iron, gold, nickel, cobalt, magnesium, silicon, and silver. So I think that's everything we need. I have the strip mine locations all marked. I can decide which one I want to use later. Without this giant ore detector in tow. because that's killing my battery life. I've got 15 minutes of flight time left. Turn that off. Okay, maybe it's not killing my battery life. We are just going to park this.
The weight will be.
Yes, the weight will be killing my battery life. But we're not far from home, so it's not
Say
going to
hello and
kill
back.
me. I'm sorry, what was that effort?
Just saying hello and back.
Yes.
If it wasn't already obvious.
I never would have noticed. I mean, had you not keyed up, I never would have noticed. Had to pause to take a drink of coffee.
Is that for Blue Whoosh you're flying around?
Yes, it is the Blue Swoosh. I added wheels to the side of it because I thought it would be easier if at nighttime I could land on flatter surfaces and drive around. But I was convinced that adding a large grid ore detector was a better route. And I just wasn't sure if it was going to lift, so I added the wheels first, and then I built the ore detector and tried to lift it. Lo and behold, I could. So I used it.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, the Blue Swoosh also drives. Albeit probably not well, because I've done absolutely no setup to it yet. In fact, I'm probably going to tear those wheels off. I don't like them. Hello, Flint Bucket. I mean, granted, the wheels are a better idea than trying to fly close to the ground, but they just suck. Yes, Flint, you definitely do. This game is a lot of fun. Alright, park. And yes, I use P. I use P all of the time, and you notice that hitting P has not once detached my rover from the base. That is no longer an issue. Do not be afraid of hitting P anymore. And I can hear Ozzy just groaning right now because Ozzy hates the P button. He also believes that P is fine in most cases. He's very contradictory. But basically, even when P was an issue, if you designed your ships right, it didn't always hurt you for people to use P. So, yeah, I use P all the time, and I would suggest you use it too, because it's a very simple way
I
to
always
park your
use
machine.
P.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I was saying I always use P as well.
Okay, now I want to try it. I want to see if I can actually lift that with a big battery on it. I don't think I'll be able to, but let's try it. Aside from that, a battery is going to allow me to leave it there and not have it get deleted by World Cleanup. Which I actually don't know if I have on. Let's see. It's the Alt F10 menu for anybody who doesn't remember or doesn't know. Trash removal. Alright. Less than 20 blocks and unpowered. So yeah, it would have cleaned this up for me. I don't need 2 batteries on there. I was just saying hello, and you need to get back into the game. And welcome back, Flint. There's been a lot of changes to it. It's gotten a lot better. They've removed most of the issues with clang. Most, not all. One of the biggest changes they did make is the hitboxes of your blocks now actually fit your block. So, having elevators that run past each other, it works now. No longer an issue. They've also added a lot of DLC stuff that is really cool. Yeah, the DLC stuff is really cool, but not necessary, which I really appreciate. And the modding community in this game is just outrageous. There's so many good mods out there. I would definitely recommend checking those out. One of the nicer features that they did add, and I think they did this just because they were planning on porting it to Xbox and PlayStation, was they added controller support, which I think is great because of people like my son who refuse to play with anything other than a controller. Alright, now let's see if I can actually carry this. I may be wrong, I may be just fine carrying it and it would have helped me with battery life.
Morning.
Try to have a good day at work, Flint.
Hey.
Thank you for joining me. And good morning, Ozzy. It lifts it with no problem. I can't believe it.
Do I want to know what you're talking about, or is this more like a thing that you're going to post on OnlyFans?
I am streaming right now, and I was talking about my stream. I do not have a OnlyFans, nor do I plan on making an OnlyFans.
You know, I show up and you're like, it lifts it. I'm surprised. I'm like,
I'm just going to say you need help. You need help in serious ways.
what was your first clue? And why is it taking you this long to realize it?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those wheels. I really don't like those wheels on that. I mean, it makes the whole thing look a little better, but until you look at it from the front of the back, because just too wide, way too wide.
God, you made a flying rover.
I made a flying ship and I added the wheels to it because I needed to use the ore detector on it. And small grid ore detectors are crap for finding silver and gold unless you're sitting on the ground. And flying along the ground in the dark is a bad idea. I might actually take those off and I might place them facing down with the 1x1 wheels on them just to act as skids. So if I ever do need to fly close to the ground, I don't have to be as worried about it. Yeah. Used up just less than half of my battery. Not too bad.
And can it fly with this cargo box full?
Yes, if I wanted to. I mean, it flew around carrying this. And that's not light. Now that we're talking about this ship, though, I kind of want to look and see. Let's see. There it is, the blue swoosh. Two people have subscribed to the blue swoosh. That kind of surprises me.
You can be sure one of them wasn't me.
I did not think it was you. And I know it wasn't Ozzy because this probably just hurts Ozzy's soul. It is way too not good looking.
You didn't even round out the nose.
No, I didn't even craft out the nose. That was actually Effort's first complaint about it, was that I didn't do anything with the nose.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I
I'm
think
getting
it
rid of
should
the
have
wheels.
stubby wings as well, but
I'm sorry, say that again?
I think you should have stubby wings, which you've mounted for thrusters in, but there we are.
Inventory full.
Well, I did end the last episode by saying that I would be interested in seeing anybody else's modifications to it or what they built after watching my video, so
Okay.
I actually encouraged people to not subscribe to this so much as if you're going to subscribe to it, use it as a example. You
Of
know,
what not to do.
no, of how to configure the thrusters, how to set everything up and get everything going properly for a new ship. But the styling is crap. The ship itself is actually a solid ship, though.
It's an operation for you.
I'm sorry, you mumbled something, and I'm sure it was disparaging to me, which would probably be funny, so.
Oh no. I'm trying to remember what chromatic aberration is as a graphical setting, but
There we go. The wheels are gone. I no longer have those ugly wheels sticking out. I am very happy that I put the batteries in them. In fact, I don't think I'm going to modify it anymore. I will probably update this blueprint on the workshop for anybody who downloads it. But yeah, it's a solid ship. It's got a medium cargo container. It's got decent enough battery life. It's got good thrust in all directions. And with the changes I made to the configurations, it's not overkill on any of the thrust, with the exception of maybe the downward thrust, which I don't see a problem with going a little bit overkill on that because you don't want to slam into the ground. It would be better if you could fit it to use a set of large thrusters, but the 8 small grid small thrusters work fine. What was that, Ozzy? I was talking. I didn't hear you.
How many downward thrusters do you have?
I have 8 downward thrusters on it.
What kind of cargo capacity it's got?
1 medium cargo container.
Yeah, you're probably all right.
Yeah, it's a good solid ship for what it is. It's mainly meant to be like a scout. Go out, find what you're looking for, come back, maybe grab a couple of things along the way. That's all it was designed to be.
Yeah, it might not fly if it was full of if it was stuffed to the gills with cobalt or gold or something heavy. Probably not platinum. Like fly.
It could probably fly if I stuffed it to the gills with ice. But
yeah, but ice isn't that.
right, like I said, it's meant to be just a light flyer. It's just something to scout around.
Yeah, yeah.
And it doesn't look awful. It doesn't look good, but it doesn't look awful. If I had added the wings, like Efred is suggesting, it would look a lot better.
You could paint it brown and it would look familiar.
And you see, this is how I know you don't watch my videos. Um, I did mention that the name of the Blue Swoosh was Blue Swoosh because all the other names were probably not YouTube friendly. I was going to name it the Flying Pill, but Blue Swoosh worked really well because I got to label everything inside the ship as BS. So, it's the BS camera, it's the BS cockpit, and the BS connector. All right. Oh, man. I'm actually a little bummed. I was hoping to be flying around and hunting for ores more. To be honest.
So why aren't you?
Because I found everything. I found everything I need within a decent range of the base and outside of my view. So when I go out into my home area, let me turn this on. I don't need the lights. I don't have to mess up the beautiful view and the scenery of this area here, because I really like this area, and I think strip mining the silver and gold just outside of my base would actually make me not enjoy being here as much. So I'm going to leave my lake pristine, and all my ores are up on that hill and a little bit away. I'm curious though, now that I'm thinking about it, how far away is that station? The odd one out. 44.8, 45 kilometers away. Can I make it 45 kilometers and back? I might be able to make it 45 kilometers and back. I am going to have to do an episode introducing people to the economy system and how it works.
You'll ideally want a ship with 2 connectors on it for that.
Why do I want a ship with 2 connectors on it for the economy system?
If you look in the control panel, there is a trade mode for the connector. It stops your ship from charging. Basically, it stops power transferring and other things.
Yes. You're right. I should probably just put a toggle on my switch to change the one connector to a trade connector when I'm there.
That might be a thing.
I think it's just override power transfer is all you need to worry about.
And there it is, trading mode. It's currently grayed out because you're connected. Up. No, up one from where you house is.
Yeah, you're a little bit lagging behind.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. All right, so toolbar 2. Let's see, trading mode on off. Let's go ahead and we'll. All right, and are my batteries charging? I don't think they are. Everything is connected, but I don't think my batteries are getting a charge.
They will, because your station probably isn't in trading mode.
Probably not. Nope, 0 input. So
Stops all power transfer. Okay.
yeah, so that'll make sure that the station, the economy station, won't actually kick me off of the connector. At least in theory. Doesn't really matter though. For most situations, it doesn't matter because you're not going to be at the trade station for more than 15 minutes.
I don't know when last time I messed with a trade station, it started sucking my batteries dry the moment I docked if I wasn't using trade mode on a connector.
Huh. Every time I land on one of their connectors, I set my batteries to recharge.
No. I mean, that would stop it.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'll have to test that and find out. And just for you, Everett, look at that. Look at it. See that? Everett hates that I have work
Talking about
shop.
power punctuation.
Yes, it triggered Everett a bit. It was funny.
Oh, I was referring to the fact that you didn't have an apostrophe on your S.
Oh, what triggered him was the work shop. That one was gonna bug me though, so there you go.
No,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
pretty sure you're on.
Um if I put it before, it's going to say Jago is workshop.
No, I'm pretty sure that the apostrophe before the S implies ownership.
Yes.
I thought it was the other way around.
There you go,
All right.
apostrophe S is what you want. And workshop is one word. If you
I
go to
know, but it's
listen
going
to
to stay.
recent-
It's going to stay that way just because that's what triggered you.
Yeah, I noticed all of it within a second of looking at that video.
No, I know workshop was wrong. The apostrophe S I just didn't care about, and the space I honestly I thought it was funny. I expected someone to notice it already, but yeah, what do you do?
Don't let a teacher look at it.
There you go. All sorts of triggering for you.
No, since it is you, I think what we need is really enormous quotes around work.
All right, all right. There you go.
Just becoming more and more cursed.
Is that better?
God, thank God. I can sleep tonight.
Oh man, I need more coffee. I don't have enough coffee for dealing with an English teacher. There's just not enough coffee in the world. So the next episode that I post will start off with me talking about the grammar Nazi friends I have. and how it irks me that they're correct.
I will point out that I was a punctuation Nazi and Everett was a spelling Nazi.
English language enforcer,
There you go.
not Nazi.
Uh, all right. Hey, just so you know, I'm going to say something here that's probably going to trigger you. What I had before would have passed spell check.
Depends whether spell check's designed for 5-year-olds or not.
Would it have passed a modern spell check that also does grammar checking?
Yes, yes, it would have.
Really?
Only because it doesn't recognize Jago as a name. It would have
Think it
taken
would've.
Jagos as one full word.
Maybe.
As of, let's see, probably a few months ago, yes. I know that because I typed it in, and it gave me different words that started with J as its spell check options. That was it. I guess I could go in and fix my dictionaries. But anyways, I think I need to end this live stream because it's gone way off the rails. And I need to actually get up and take care of a few things around the house. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully you'll come back to see my video when I post it. And thank you, everybody. I'm really flattered that over 260 people have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. So, thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later.